Well, I have another Sony ICF-2010 that was shipped into me. This one comes with a note. And it's from Dave in Fallbrook, California. Thanks for looking at my Sony ICF-2010 multi-band radio. Currently, it does not power on either on batteries or adapter. It actually has been sitting for years in my garage, but I do remember when I last tried to use it, it exhibited low sensitivity as if it had the Q303 FET problem. I guess that transistor is prone to static damage when used with an external antenna. Anyway, when you get a chance to check it out, please email me with your prognosis. It was a fun radio to tune in the world when it worked properly. Thanks, Dave. Okay, Dave, let's go ahead and check this thing out. So let's go ahead. This one even actually has the strap on it. Oh my gosh. That is a rarity these days. And it has no batteries whatsoever. Let's go ahead and pop some what they call the computer batteries, the 2 AA batteries into this, and see if we get a clock display. That's going to be the first step. And I see absolutely nothing on the clock display. I should have a clock with 2 AA batteries inserted. Okay, one of the first things I noticed when I'm down in here, that battery is loose. It's not making contact. If I move it to this side, you can see the spring tension, but it's not touching the second battery. That definitely is a problem. So let's go ahead and pop the back off and see what might be going on with this thing. Okay, well, I've got the back off and I think I see what's going on. The positive terminal is absolutely loose in here. Let's go ahead and pop these batteries out. And yeah. Well, that's one of the problems. Hopefully that is the only problem this unit has. Is the positive terminal has just broken free from the plastic right here. So how to repair this? I'm thinking we can maybe epoxy it down. I'll have to get some epoxy, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and add some hot glue behind it. And as long as it doesn't get up to over 140 degrees, it's going to hold just fine. Well, I'm definitely not a master woodworker, but I do know my way around a Dremel. So I went ahead and Dremeled out this little block of wood that'll fit right down in there and back up that terminal. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a drop of hot glue to the back of it, shove it down in there and let it cure. And I did go ahead and pull the positive lead out right here. After the hot glue cures, I can go ahead and put that lead back in there and everything should be good once again. Okay, well, it is installed. And I did cut a relief right here so the lead for the positive would have a place to run. And I did go ahead and test it with a battery. And there is absolutely no contact because these cutouts right here are for the battery to set. I relieved the wood, so I think it's going to be good. Okay, let's go ahead and pop a couple batteries into it. We'll flip it over and see if we get a clock display at this point. See if I can get him to stay down while I turn it over. Well, and I do see a clock display, although part of it's missing. And I can set the time on it. So that is definitely an issue. The rotary encoder is working. I'm turning it over here off the screen. So I'm actually setting the time on it there. So it looks like it might have a bad LCD display. I wonder if the rest of it works. Let me grab an AC adapter, power this thing up, and see what happens. Okay, AC adapter is connected. Let's go ahead and power this unit up. And I see a perfect display. And the volume pod is definitely dirty. Let's tune a local station.
Having a little gathering on New Year's Eve. The other day, it just so happens it fell down.
It seems to be plenty sensitive. Not seeing an issue there. It's actually working. There's just so much noise in here. So let's see if FM works. FM works just fine. No problems there whatsoever. I'm not seeing an issue with the sensitivity on this thing. It is working great. And the clock display is kind of coming back to life. I wonder if it just needs to be exercised. I'm thinking it's got, yeah, it's definitely got some bad connections in here. Well, I'll have to ask the customer if he even cares about the clock display, because as I press on it, it kind of comes and goes. But the main display is working absolutely perfectly. Well, I went ahead and shut off my video lights, and it's picking up KFI 640 out of Los Angeles, which is about 500 miles away from me. As far as the sensitivity goes, I think it's working absolutely great. So I'm going to contact the customer and see if he wants to address the clock display. And the volume is dirty, so I'd have to pull this thing completely apart to clean it. Narrow AM works. Wide FM. Wide AM. It seems to be on frequency. Synchronous detector's working. Everything's working great. Yeah, working perfect. It's not coming in too good. A lot of noise. I'm going to go ahead and ask the customer what he wants to do with this thing, because as it stands right now, I have about 1 hour labor into this thing, and then shipping charges, and it's good working radio at this point. So as far as I can tell, the input FET is working perfectly fine. So if I turn the sensitivity down and back up, you can definitely hear the AGC kick in, which means it has more than enough gain. But anyhow, that's it. I'll ask the customer what he wants to do, and maybe there'll be a part 2, maybe not. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave me a question, a comment, a concern down below, good or bad. I try to respond to the comments when I have time. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button and like this video. It really does help my channel grow. You can follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at NorCal715. You can email me, norcal715videos@gmail.com. That is the best way to contact me. Please be patient. I do have a full-time job, and I do this in my spare time. Remember, with your help, we can try to keep these things out of the landfill, out of the recycle bin, and out of the e-waste facility. Everybody, thank you for making it to the end of this video. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, a little bonus footage testing the questionable FET in the AM front end. Man, from what I can see, the FET is perfectly fine. I don't see an issue there whatsoever. So I'm going to recommend the customer we leave this thing alone. I know that in the past, I had to do this to my own Sony ICF-2010s. There was a database in Sony years ago called FPR, the Field Problem Report, and it recommended adding a couple of diodes to suppress the input spikes into this FET. I don't think it's been done to this one, but the FET seems to be perfectly fine. I know I changed mine several times before I added the protection diodes, and this thing seems to be working absolutely perfect. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Okay, a little extra bonus footage. So comparing my ICF-2010 to the customer's ICF-2010 on the same station. I've got 4 and blinking 5. He's got 6 and blinking 7 possibly. But the same exact station. As far as I can tell, they're coming in exactly the same. Let's get a closer station. As far as I can tell, they're receiving exactly the same. So his is running on batteries right now, and mine is connected to the AC adapter. Anyhow, a little extra bonus footage. Everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.